Okay, so here we are with Hornby's latest offering of Class 87, which is the R3739 BR Class 87001, which is dually named, which is quite an unusual feature for a Hornby locomotive, but as I understand it, this particular example is the leader of the class and it is being preserved with dual names. Which is fine by me because it's technically two locomotives on one, which I'm more than happy about, but I'm not sure which came first, whether it was Royal Scot or whether it was Stephenson, but if some of you know in the comments, I'd be more than happy to find out. And I've got a plane flying overhead, how annoying is that? But irrespective of that, let's get this open and see what we're dealing with. So Hornby's lovely sleeve as always, and the thing I love most about Hornby's sleeve are the graphic details they go to, but more importantly it's the lovely little historical blurb that they like to put on the end here. So electric locomotive, Class 87, route availability 6, BR, Class 87 Royal Scot Stephenson, which we already knew, and then just a nice little blurb about what that is. So if I get that up close enough, you might be able to read it if you just pause the video. So there we go. And just a nice little technical shop drawing that they would have had when they manufactured this, which is always nice. It's just those little things are nice to see. It's something that they would actually use to manufacture the model as well as 3D scans, but some of the finer details you do need shop drawings for, and you can definitely tell they're shop drawings. You can just see the discoloration in the paper, which is typical of things that have been sitting in storage for about 20-30 years. So that's very nice, Hornby, as usual. I like it more so when they do it on their steam locomotives, but it's just a nice trend that they've got going. So if they keep that up, it's only going to earn them further praise. Now most of you know that I'm a veteran of Hornby unboxing, to the extent that I remember when all of this stuff was in styrofoam. So the fact that that is no longer a fact of reality is actually quite a nice thing. But nice and easily to be removed from the box. It's solidified in a cube of ice, as it usually is, which is nice. It makes it far more robust packaging, and it also means it's really easy to get out, you'd think in theory, but this sleeve is actually presenting a bit of a pain. So let's just remove it nice and slowly. And just a little pull tab at the end. We've got a nice little bag of accessories here. Just a couple of tension lock couplings and some air brakes and pipes and things. Typically I don't run with these, but typically I only run with run end with a coupler on it anyway, so I might detail one end just to make it look a little bit prettier. But always nice to have those included. So, pull tab on the end. Now I am aware that these things are actually quite delicate, especially around the pantograph, so I might just grab myself a pair of tweezers to remove the sticky tape over the pantograph, because I do not want to damage that. It just looks like a bit of Scotch tape. A few little glue marks, but that's not the end of the world. And I can already tell you now, folks, that the roof detail on this thing is ridiculously impressive. I mean, have a look at that for yourself. Just make sure it focuses. That is some extraordinary level of detail, isn't it? All the breakers and insulators, you can see that these are, I'm not even sure what these are, but fantastic. They've gone to a very high degree of detail just to make sure that everything is present and correct, and I think the results have paid off. Now, I'm told that these pantographs, and there you have it, they are very delicate and they tend to snap off, but it just looks like it's a little pop lock type of thing. So I'll just put the locomotive down and get this packaging out of the way, and then we'll see if we can fix that. So as predicted, it's just a little pop lock plastic pantograph. Which very simply just locates back onto the locomotive. I think the world must be ending. I've got dogs and planes and everything flying over, but there you have it, folks. You can see that lovely pantograph detail. And the stupid camera is picking up on the floor mat instead of the... So let's just fix that. There we go. But you can see the detail, and even the detail underneath on the undercarriage on the Royal Scot side is fantastic. You can see all the ridiculous level of detail that they've gone to with the suspension on the bogies. Let's just get that in a bit closer. The Royal Scot nameplate. All the Spirax valves and details underneath. Vents, etched grills on the side by the looks too, which is always nice. And I'm happy to report, even though it was nice to have it, on the 60s and 56s and Class 50s of the diesel electric days, they used to have these sprung-loaded opening doors, and it was always known to be a completely useless and ineffective feature, but it's nice that they decided to get rid of that, because they used to break quite often. 87001. Let's have a look on the front. The detail on the front equally as impressive. I'm sure all the lights work. I know there is a day-night setting in the instructions. Sprung buffers. And let's just have a quick look underneath. So you can see in the middle here, hopefully, that if I get the lighting right, there is a day-night switch. It's currently on night, which is probably the better way to go. All-wheel pickup, you can just make out the pickups there. In fact, I'll just get the camera to focus on it and just tilt it that way. You can see the copper pickups just there, which is actually quite unusual. Normally you don't see them protruding out so far like that, but I'm sure Hornby had their reasons. So long as it works and runs nicely, I really don't mind what they do. And the opposite side with the Stephenson badging. Much of the same detail, but you can just go to appreciate the level of roof detail on here is just immaculate. So they've done an extraordinary job, Hornby. Just put that down. Now this comes with an 8-pin decoder. I do know that this is actually a bit of a pain to get the body off. So in another video, maybe when we're doing maintenance, we'll show you how that's going. But for the meantime, it's all very impressive. The accessories are always good, and it comes with etched nameplates. And the instructions, as always by Hornby, are just in a class of their own. I particularly like the Hornby instructions. They're always nice and brief and in a pamphlet and very easy to follow. And typically the really good ones actually have the spare part numbers for this particular class on them, but I think that's a thing of the past these days. But nevertheless, first impressions of my first AC electric locomotive on the layout. Very, very nice. I think the pantograph might be a little bit of a pain, but we'll just make sure that that's fixed properly, and we'll get some running shots. So there we have it. Hornby's Class 87001. Now with that said, I think it's time we put it on the track and see how it performs. So we'll be back in a sec with some running shots. Catch you in a sec. G'day folks, hopefully you enjoyed today's video on the Hornby Class 87. I certainly enjoyed making it. An absolutely exquisite model, and certainly one worth the investment if it's something that you want to add to part of your collection. Just quickly, I wanted to say thank you to all my new subscribers and current subscribers, all 840 of you. Big thank you from me. Didn't honestly expect we'd get this far so quickly. Very close to the 1,000 subscriber mark, so hopefully we can hit that by the end of the year. More videos are coming from me in the coming weeks. I have been away with work, but you'll see some more interesting stuff from me soon. So, as always guys, if you liked today's video, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Click the bell icon down below so that you get up-to-date notifications on when I release new videos. Until next time folks, happy model railroading, all the best, cheers.